So I did something a little goofy today, and instead of charting and trading off of a tick chart, I decided to trade off of a point and figure chart. Um, I've been a student of Wyckoff for a long time, and he's a big fan of point and figure charts. So I've been studying them for a while, and I thought it would just be a nice change of pace. Sometimes, kind of clear your mind and try something a little new just for fun, and it went pretty well. So for those of you that don't know anything about point and figure, basically point and figure is only concerned with price movements. Um, you basically set a box size, which in this case is 1 tick, and a reversal size, which in this case is 3 ticks, and if price reverses by 3 ticks, you get a column in the other direction. So green X's are up moves, red circles are down moves. And just like in Mac's methodology, you can see entries. For example, here we are coming down. This would be a first entry long, and this would be a second entry long right here when a column exceeds the previous column of the same color. So let's see. This was the previous swing from the previous day. So this was my demand line. And I mentioned in the last video that if we ended up in a range, my play would probably be to expect a move back down to the top of that range and testing, and then usually rejection. So that's kind of what we got today. We got a move down to this level, a little bounce, then it broke through. First entry long, second entry long, which I took. We're at a defined support level based off of where we closed the previous day. We closed the overnight gap. It's pretty likely that we get a bounce here. So I took a long and got my 2-point scalp. Then we head back down, bounced again at this level. So at this point I wasn't sure whether to favor longs or shorts. My demand line had been broken, and we have this in the background, this down move, so shorts would have been a more likely direction, but I saw this entry but I didn't take it, and then I saw this short entry and didn't take it. I finally took a short here at a test of the breakdown of the range. So you see we have high volume coming down on this first down leg, low volume on the up leg, which gave me confidence to get short here. Went short 1 tick below there at 79.75, and just made my scalp, I believe. Let me think about that. Yeah. And then we had a move up, breaking my new supply line. Sorry. Got a first leg up, pull back, first entry long, second entry long, which I took, moved to a new high. I got stopped out on my runner somewhere around here, and this was kind of an aggressive trade, but I didn't see much supply coming in down here, so I expected one more move up, maybe a test of the open, and that's exactly what we got. So I got my 2-point scalp there. And then here my demand line is broken. We also had this in the background, which is a big move down on decent volume. Some effort to climb back up by buyers, but no follow through, so I was pretty confident in this short. Got in right on below the shelf here and got my 8 ticks eventually, and caught a little bit of a runner. And you see that it's 2 measured moves again. Here was the first, this one measure move to a second one, almost to the tick. First measure move, pulled back, second move, almost to the tick. We broke my demand line, so now so at this point we could get we generally expect to test the low. I marked the first swing, we got a pullback, I marked the second swing. You see we failed to meet that, but it's pretty close. It's within maybe 2 or 3 ticks. And so I took a long right here at this break. which is a little bit aggressive, but I marked it in red because I'm not supposed to be taking trades after 11 or even right at 11, so I shouldn't have even been looking for a trade here. And I got a little nervous about the time, so I started moving my stop up, and I think I got stopped right here at 81 for maybe a 6-tick loss. And that was it for the day. So you'll see that charting point figures works pretty well. You just put in the center of the lowest swing. Here, this is in the center of this column of lows. And then I extend it to the next swing through the lowest high column. Seems to work pretty well. Cuts through price here. Here I took the highest high through the highest down column circle, which cut through price pretty well. And that seems to be working over and over again. Same thing here. Here I didn't take the high because it looked kind of spiky to me, so I took this nice slope and followed it through, and it worked well. So I think that's it. Let me show a little overview of the day. So let's see, I took 1 trade, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 1 loser. Caught a little bit of a runner here. Most of these were just scalps. That was a scalp. This was just a little bit more than a scalp. Another scalp, another scalp. So pretty good day trading. I felt pretty in control most of the day, and wasn't really confused about market direction or anything. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with point and figure because it's really much more difficult to read the volume on these individual swings than it is to read a volume histogram, in my opinion. So maybe some smart programmer person could help me figure out how to actually consolidate the two, because taking the noise out of the market with point and figure really kind of clarifies things for me. So, but I'm kind of dependent on my volume for a lot of confirmation type plays. So anyway, those were the trades for today. Hope that was interesting, and good luck trading.